So I'm in my comfy chair. Probably going to stay in this chair for hours, willingly, hopefully, and get these platinums done. And then work on my hard games too, which I want to do. So how's everybody doing today? So I realized when I played this the last time that you never got to see me get the platinum, so that sucks. So I'll probably be awake now for a while, being I slept. I don't understand if you have a force field, how you could still die by fire. That makes no sense. That's pretty dumb. So these are the games, these games are released multiple stacks. Again, you really gotta get a notebook or a pad and keep track of this shit, because some of these games are only in North America and Europe, and then a days later or a month later they release new versions, or it could be months later. So I could have done the backlog like I was prepared to, but then of course, you guys know the way I am. I really don't like to be restricted to the backlog, so of course I made some more purchases, another part 2 of games. Now I technically do have everything I need to get the milestone. It's a question of what games are going to be chosen. And again, while you see me going for the 8,600 platinum, I'm already like concerned with trying to get 25 more right away, which is usually a pattern. Whenever I get a milestone, I tend to, most of the time, get 25 platinums right after I get the milestone. And then when it starts to get the middle, I get slower, because it falls upon between after the 25th platinum of whatever thousandth I'm in, it's a period of time where I don't get paid, I don't get money, so I'm resorted to backlogs unless of course I have donations. So it's a tricky time, but I technically, if I just stay the course and I'm not like, a baby about it, if I could just stay the course and work on the games that I have, I should have no problem with reaching 8,700. But again, one thing at a time. Right now it's about the 11 platinums needed for 8,600, and then again another road begins. But let's not jump the gun. I did, besides sleeping, besides going out numerous times, I did see the Spider-Man figures in CVS that I've never seen before. So I am probably going to get those eventually because I'm a Spider-Man nut, especially a Spider-Man villains nut. Also, a new donut was released in Dunkin' Donuts. Sharon had it with her friend today. I will be getting that probably tomorrow, Sunday. And that will be the new episode of the donut lesson. People were questioning what the hell was going on with the lessons and everything. So I was gonna put a stop to all lessons with the exception of pizza and the donut lesson because I didn't want to be known as a reviewer or whatever. And then, Sharon had suggested I do them anyway, but healthier lessons. My enemy had talked about never seeing me eat a salad, and I thought, why not take the piss and just do that? Because even though he didn't see me eat salad, I have eaten salad before. I stopped eating salad when one of my favorite parts of the salad is the croutons, and I can't chew the croutons. So I kind of stopped having salad, but I never stopped liking salad, and I also had a problem with chewing the salad. So she got me the proper dressing today, and you will see another salad lesson there. People have questioned, like, because they saw that some things are not with sugar, and I said, don't look too much into it, but I did reveal that of all the tests I've gotten, it has become abundantly clear that, which I did not know was possible, but things can be cured, and I am no longer dependent on sugar. My body is completely changed. That's not to say that amongst all these other things, everything was roses and rainbows, because it definitely wasn't. But I'm not really going to get into that. But I no longer have to be forced to have sugar. And again, I don't like to be forced to have anything. But, and tell me I screwed up just now. Tell me I didn't get, oh God, 5 more. So, while I do love soda and everything, it was a different story when I was told that I had to have it to survive, which I don't like to be restricted in any way, especially something I didn't mind. But, and I'm not going to get into my health here, but I really am going to start doing reviews on non-sugar stuff, because ultimately water, and I mean, while I'm not even doing the water lesson, but I'm drinking a lot more water than usual, I want to see if I will like the non-sugar stuff. Ultimately, too, I have to lose weight, and I've been increasing my walks. So one walk I would take 25 to 30 minutes to reach my destination, and then 25 to 30 minutes to get home. So it's been like technically an hour walk, but I've been upping it to 2 walks, and today 3 walks. Again, I always did a lot of walking, so when I was working, but being that I'm not working, that shouldn't stop. that should continue. And as far as like health wise, I do need to lose weight, so walking would help that. I do have weird ideas for my YouTube channel, and again, it may not be, it may not make sense to you, but I do want to learn karate. I don't know why, but maybe it's because when I was a kid watching the Karate Kid movie. I don't know, or my friend Mr. Bin wanted to fly out a trainer for me to train me from China when I used to be the manager of a mall, which was very interesting times. He wanted to get me a trainer, get me to lose weight back then. He was like rich, like a rich millionaire, and he wanted to get me a trainer, and he wanted me to get me like my own sensei, like to learn kung fu, and because he loved me. And I did want to do that stuff, but I didn't have the time with doing the medical practice also, and my books and YouTube and all that stuff. So I do want to visit them though in Jersey and see what's going on over there. But yeah, I mean, you may see some weird ass videos of me training in karate with trainers and people, and like episode style, maybe a videographer I'm thinking about eventually. You know, and I think the best thing is that I lost my kind of, I couldn't get my thumbnails, and now I got a whole bunch of new thumbnail apps that I make thumbnails, and I think they're coming out a lot better than the other ones. They look a lot more professional to with my gaming and everything else. So I'm really getting into the thumbnail aspect of the YouTube channel. I'm also trying to take the gaming more serious and less time engaging the trolls and Whovians that want Doctor Who canceled. I know what's going on, but I'm that's a toxic thing. And again, the fact that somewhere in the world you have a dirty bastard making diss tracks of you and is obsessed with you with, you know, I bet you, you know, like, it's a paradox and he doesn't see it, but him calling me the stalker when he's the one that attacked and keeps making videos and diss tracks. I don't make diss tracks, so he's done enough. But if I'm such a nobody, why are you talking about me? So there you go. I really don't need to talk about him, but he needs to talk about me. So I'm kind of gonna do my best to enjoy Doctor Who this season, do the Real Whovian's cast, get my members together, and I'm not going to police them either, because I learned, you know, that I shouldn't be even protecting him from anybody, and especially since his fucking loser friend attacked my group. My group is not fucking happy, and I'm not gonna stop them from what they want to do. So the blind dyslexic Scott had talked to him, like sent him messages because he wanted to, and I'm not gonna stop that. So again, I was trying to keep peace, but Daniel ruined that shit. So you're probably going to see more and more of my group just coming out there and just telling him to fuck off. Because again, they're not fucking happy about him, and they're really not happy with that stupid fucking diss track against the Real Whovian. So I saw it as, I didn't like, the me in the past would have been fucking really pissed off about that, but I'm sort of more mellow, and I thought that the one video, me and Sharon liked the beat to it, even though it's complete bullshit, and we were dancing to it. But all the other ones, it's just like, I mean, it really is harassment. It really is it's beyond harassment. I mean, this guy is just, he doesn't realize how many diss tracks he's made, and he doesn't realize it is 50. Like, he won't even add it up, but it is. It's just ridiculous. Anytime you mention me in a diss track or in the title, it's about me. So, like, technically, you got about 50, dude. I mean, you gotta really count it. And I know maybe you're not good at adding, but just like you're not good with getting Doctor Who canceled every year, but, you know. I wound up, because I saw a video of his, I saw a video and I was like, he made a diss track to cancel Doctor Who, a couple. And it just rubbed me the wrong way. I gotta tell you, as much as I've been trying to be silent, I was kind of pissed off. And I wasn't bad in the comments, but they had other people that I didn't know were on Twitter that are just a pain in the ass to me, like TARDIS Time. He's just a fucking dick to me. And he's like, I'm not on Twitter. I'm like, good. I'm glad you're not on fucking Twitter, because I don't need another fucking piece of shit, Legion loser, attacking me on Twitter. So, fuck you, guy. No offense. Glad your fucking ass ain't on Twitter. But I'm learning who the trolls are and who aren't. Look, if you're trying to prove your point with Doctor Who, and you're gonna lie to prove your point that it's bad and cancellation and the TARDIS is packed up, you lost the fucking argument. You lost the fucking argument. You're like, not you, and then now I got this lunatic trying to cause friction between me and RTD, like I know more than him. First of all, and let's just be real here. If you actually fucking watch the Real Whovian's cast, and if you actually watch my videos, Marty had bumped into Russell a few times, and Marty flat out said on the cast that when he asked Russell flat out about season 3, that he said, don't worry about season 3, everything is under control. Now, they also know Marty does my podcast because, like, he went for a job interview with Bad Wolf, so they told him that if he gets the job, he's not allowed to do my podcast anymore, or any podcast in general. And he said yes, okay, but then he wound up getting a job somewhere else because he applied numerous places. But they're aware, and if you don't think that they're watching everyone, not just me, if you don't think that they're not watching everyone that says anything about Doctor Who, you're sadly mistaken. Not that everybody should toot their own horn and be celebrities and be, oh my god, Russell T. Davies watches me. They're gonna watch anything that they can when they have time, especially if it's a negative or positive, doesn't matter. So, and this is why Russell takes the piss and takes a picture with in the TARDIS. And this is why he put the new TARDIS picture where the railing was in front of him strategically, so he could show that it wasn't a fucking Photoshop, because he had the railing in front of him. So he knows exactly what he's doing. And there was even one of my members who is not happy with the show at the moment, had said, you know, why are you getting busy with the things? Maybe Russell lied and he's not, the TARDIS set was dismantled. I'm like, no, he didn't lie. And, you know, everybody commented about it, and then they came out with the picture of, I shared with him of, look, all these investors and all these fucking people are in the TARDIS, so that's real. And then Russell still, he didn't have to, but he did another picture in the TARDIS just to show, look, assholes, the TARDIS is standing, here's another fucking view, motherfuckers. It's like, you know. But people are gonna take every interview he does, and they're gonna pick and choose what is important to them. Now, this has been going on, and I'm gonna mention Noel here, because Noel obviously didn't watch the interview when Russell said that he had to hand in all the scripts by August, with his scripts and his other writers. You know, No matter what, that's what happened and what was happening. Okay, so for him to make a bold statement that Russell didn't hand in the scripts, what would handing in the scripts have anything to do with anything else? You have a deadline. You have to meet a deadline. You're the showrunner. If you can't meet the deadline handing in scripts, don't make it like he doesn't have to. He said it in the interview. He's going to hand it in. He also did another interview with BAFTA saying that he's having trouble with one of the scripts. It was giving him a real pain in the ass to get this one script done, but he was going to get it done, and it was season 3. Now, again, just by mentioning to Noel doesn't mention that because that would lean towards me being right and season 3 becoming a reality, because if the scripts existed, then all they have to do is shoot. I think they already went prep work, they already went pre-production, they already made the costumes and built the sets, so all they have to do is film. And, again, Russell had said, January was going to be without Shooty, they were going to film stuff, and then with Shooty was in February. Now, again, you know exactly when Shooty was doing the play, and you know exactly when he was done. They even showed Russell at the play numerous times, and they said it was going to be released in the theaters. So, when Shooty was not doing anything with Doctor Who, because he was off and whatever. But they make all these accusations to paint the picture. And I want you to guys pay attention how these Whovians are painting the picture and trying to control the narrative. They're trying to show means to why they're right, and they're lying, and they're blocking articles. Like the thing with Noel, all Noel has to do is get that interview and watch it. And I don't know why he doesn't. There, Russell said, I'm going to hand in the scripts in August, the end of August. I have to hand them in. He basically said what he was doing. I made videos on it. He basically said what he was doing. So, of course, him and the doom and gloomers are not going to report that because they don't want Doctor Who around. But the interview is there. You got to find it. And just like if you pay attention to the interview about, and again, I know that was a plant, by the way, because I know that there are some podcasters that do have people there to ask the questions so to be relevant for their show. Just like I think Noel had Bounding into Comics. He was doing articles and stuff to basically promote them, But so they have somebody. So they asked him about Christmas, and of course he's not allowed to answer shit. So he just said that the Christmas special was not part of the First Order. Russell T Davies never said that the Christmas special was canceled. The people that said the Christmas special canceled were Type 40, flat out. So nobody, from Russell to the writers to Bad Wolf in general, not one of them said the Christmas special for 2025 was canceled. Not one of them said it wasn't filmed either. They took liberties, and again, nothing against Type 40, but Type 40 took liberties to say that Christmas special didn't get filmed and was canceled, and there's no evidence that shows that they did say that at all. And this is why I say, when you see at the end of season 2, you're probably going to see the trailer for the spinoff, and you're eventually going to see the trailer for Christmas. People are going to be all in shock. Why are you going to be in shock? You're listening to people that are wrong. Okay? The Christmas special is happening. But again, it goes back to the original interview that Russell said to him. Like he even said, Chibnall his buddy Chibnall did not want Christmas specials. He fought the BBC over and over and over again about the Christmas special. And by the way, Noah's not the only one that talked about chaos in Cardiff. I covered that as well. So don't make it like you broke the story either on that one. But I was fully aware that Chibnall was constantly battling with BBC because, again, they want the goddamn Christmas special, and he didn't want to fucking do it because he's a pain in the fucking ass. He was a pain in the ass. And he was a pain in the ass because they wanted shit done, and it was fucking extremely hard to get shit done because he is a fucking pain in the ass. They wanted new action figures. He didn't want to push that. He was a real dick to the show, and he was a real dick to Doctor Who magazine. And he was always supporting his people in his magazines and his photographers and his people. So he was really detrimental against, like, Doctor Who magazine could have folded. He didn't give a shit about Doctor Who magazine. He didn't give a shit about promoting Doctor Who. He didn't like the attention. He didn't like when they went to Comic-Con. He didn't like when Jodie got attention when she did a music video. He hated it. So he wanted he wanted to make Doctor Who low-key where it would exist. It wouldn't get canceled, but he didn't have to promote it at all, hardly, and he didn't have to do action figures. So they lost a lot of licenses because, God forbid, he would give the okay to fucking do a Funko Pop. And the Funko Pop was few and far between, not because Funko Pop said no, it's because Chibnall said no. So he caused a lot of damage, Chibnall, to the show, willingly, but thinking it would still survive. And that was his style. And Russell, of course, did not agree with the whole Christmas special aspect. And he made a statement in his original interviews. If you watch, he says that to him, the Christmas special was like such a monumental thing that families would get together. It was almost like Christmas itself, where, you had something that had to happen. And he wanted to continue. He wanted it to happen. So he was going to bring it back, and he said in some cases, to him anyway, the Christmas special was more important than the season because, if Doctor Who would end, he said the Christmas specials would continue because it would have a presence on TV. So he said if the show was done, the Christmas specials, while he's in charge, would still happen. And he said that's why I always feel that the Christmas special, while he's still showrunner, is the most important thing of more than the season in some cases. And like he made a pledge that while he's showrunner, no matter what, even if there's doubt with the seasons, you would see a Christmas special show up while he's showrunner. He said it flat out. Just like he said he would do everything in his power to never have a gap year or whatever. Now, let's talk about the gap year possibility, okay? Again, the reason why I say that like he said stuff was going to be filming, I said season 3 stuff was going to be filming in February with Shooty. There was other stuff that was filmed that's not released yet. There is the thing that Marty talked about, that Marty said that because of the 20th anniversary of Rose, that they got Billie Piper and Camille Curry, I hope I didn't butcher her name, I'm sorry, Rose Tyler and Rose's mother to they filmed the thing inside the memory TARDIS, a future episode of TARDIS, Tales in the TARDIS, whatever, with Rose Tyler and her mother in the memory TARDIS. So there was a whole bunch of shit being filmed. Now I know that Noel had said, because he doesn't want it to be true, and first he said no filming was taking place. Then he changed it and said that, Shooty filming a regeneration, because he said that because he knows that filming was done with Shooty and he doesn't want to look bad. So he's saying, oh, no, it's not season 3, it's regeneration, right? So that would loosen the blow, I guess, for him. I just wish that people just were honest. But anything I've said, right? They all said, Russell said that was the plan, to film season 3 in February. If you watch the damn interviews, they all said it. So I'm not lying and I'm not wrong. But of course, we're going to have to find out when Russell decides what exactly was filmed in February, and then I'll be vindicated. So that aspect, fine. But as far as Noel taking liberties and making crazy videos that not one scene was filmed for season 3, you can't do that. Because again, on closed set, and I was being sarcastic when I said that there was armed guards. I was being funny, but of course, pathetic losers, Legion of Losers, got it wrong, okay? And they don't understand humor or sarcasm. So I don't need for you to discuss with me the security of the British Empire and filming. Don't be a fucking idiot, okay? I was being sarcastic and I was joking around about armed guards. But Noel has no idea, and this is not, I'm not battling him, I'm just saying Noel has no idea what goes on closed sets. Just like Noel has no idea if a TARDIS set is packed up or not. And Noel did say in a video that Bad Wolf packed up Doctor Who. So that's a bold statement. He said in his video, Bad Wolf packed up shop. You're saying that's what you're saying. They didn't pack up shop because the TARDIS is part of that. You lied. So, and your buddy lied flat out. But again, I'm not trying to bash podcast, but I'm trying to be real here. There was not one article to support anything that Type 40 had said. And I was in the chat talking to him on that 200th episode, and I'm like, that's not true. Like, because I know what I know, and I'm not trying to make it a source wars, and especially wasn't trying to battle Dan on his own show because he was mentioning me, so I didn't want that. That's why I shut up after a while, because I didn't want to come off as being a dick or a shit disturber, and I am in somebody else's home, so I respect the rules. But that was completely wrong. Like, your 100% authority that Doctor Who is done on Disney. Disney's done with Doctor Who. No Christmas special. You can't say that. You can't make a statement that it's 100% your source is accurate, and that's what's happening. Because again, that fell flat too. And then as much as he promoted that he's actually on set taking pictures in the TARDIS console, right? So he should be an expert, and he should be the insider of TARDIS being packed up. He was proven wrong. And in fact, that's why Russell took numerous photos from different angles every time somebody said something, to basically take the piss with them and to show people, hey, this isn't a backdrop. I'm really in the TARDIS. What's up, Kay? So, alright, I went off on a tangent on the Whovian stuff. I'm okay, bro. How are you? So, this is Platinum 8,590. Okay. So I did, while I'm ranting and talking in a professional manner, I did get the platinum for this, and that's what I wanted to do. 10 more platinums away. I think I'm going to stick with, I know you can't see me because I don't have a camera for PS4, but I'm going to stick with games on PS4 because I don't feel like getting up and putting my PS5 on. So I'm going to try to do the 10 platinums on PS4. So I'm about to start another stream. Kay, you're welcome to join me. I had a good night tonight. I had pizza from Avanti. They have great pizza. 10 more soon, Kay. 10 more. But let's go to the next one. I'll be back, guys. Take care. Bye for now.